Once upon a time, in ancient Greece, the god of love and sex, Eros, was born as one of the children of Aphrodite in Ares. He was known to be a charming and handsome young man who always stayed by his mother's side. Eros was a part of the Erotes, the group of winged love gods. Eros was most famous for carrying his bow and arrows, which had the power to make anyone fall in love. He was often seen in a complementary role in various myths, helping love to blossom and being present around Aphrodite and other love gods. As it happened, Eros's popularity continued to grow over time. During the Middle Ages, he became a popular figure, influencing the depiction of Cupid in the Renaissance. Today, Eros is still a famous symbol of Valentine's Day, representing love and romance. However, Eros's most significant myth was the story of how he met his wife, Psyche. She was an incredibly beautiful mortal, and Eros fell in love with her. But their love story wasn't easy, as Psyche had to complete a series of tasks to prove her loyalty to Eros and the gods. Despite the challenges they faced, Eros and Psyche's love prevailed, and they were eventually married. Through this tale and others, Eros became the embodiment of love and desire in Greek mythology. Eros, the god of love, was one of the most revered immortals in Greek mythology. His origins were murky and differed from source to source, but most agreed that he was the son of night. Some ancient philosophers even believed that he was the first of all the gods to come into existence. Eros was known as protogonos, which means firstborn, because he was the first of the immortals that could be imagined by humans. They believed that he created all other beings and was the first ruler of the universe. Greek mythologies say he bore gods Gaia and Uranus with his consort Nyx. Some versions of Eros's origin myth include the Orphic egg, which was created by Kronos and contained Eros. The Orphic egg was believed to have given birth to the world. Eros was known to hold the scepter of power, which he passed to Nyx, who later passed it to Uranus. The primordial Eros was also known as Phanes, Métis, Erechopaios, and Dionysus. Zeus even swallowed Phanes, inheriting his powers of creation, and recreated the world anew. This made Zeus the creator and ruler of the universe. The Orphics believed that Dionysus was an incarnation of the primordial Eros. According to them, Zeus passed the scepter of power down to Dionysus. Eros was the first ruler of the universe, and as Dionysus, he regained the scepter of power once again. The Greek myth of Eros and Psyche tells a fascinating story of love, trust, and perseverance. It all began with Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. She became envious of the mortal princess Psyche's exceptional beauty and commanded her son, Eros, to use his golden arrow to make Psyche fall in love with the ugliest creature on earth. However, once Eros laid his eyes on Psyche, he fell madly in love with her himself. He whisked her away to his secret home in the depths of the forest, where they lived as husband and wife. Psyche was forbidden to look upon Eros' face, and she lived completely in the dark. However, one day, Psyche's sisters visited her and planted the seeds of doubt in her mind about Eros' appearance. Psyche could no longer resist the temptation and lit a lamp to gaze upon her husband's face. In doing so, she broke the trust of her husband and caused him great pain. Eros was hurt and fled from Psyche, who later set out on a quest to find him. She wandered the earth, searching for her lost love in desperation. Finally, she approached Aphrodite, the source of her woes, and asked for her help. The goddess imposes a series of difficult tasks on Psyche, including sorting a huge pile of mixed seeds and retrieving golden wool from a vicious flock of sheep. With the help of supernatural forces, Psyche completed each task successfully. After completing the difficult challenges, Aphrodite relented and allowed Psyche to be reunited with Eros. Because of Psyche's efforts, the couple were granted immortality and lived happily ever after as they gave birth to their daughter, Voluptas. Interestingly, the story of Eros and Psyche is also linked to the origin of the rose flower. It is said that when Psyche poured her blood upon Eros, the first rose sprouted up on the earth, followed by every other flower and herb, giving thanks to the love of Eros and Psyche. In the end, the story of Eros and Psyche is a tale of love, trust, and perseverance. It teaches us that love should be based on trust, loyalty, and respect, and when these are forsaken, the consequences are often severe. Once upon a time, Eros, the god of love, had appeared in two Dionysus-related myths. In the first one, Eros made a young shepherd, Hymnus, fall deeply in love with the beautiful Naiad Nicaea. Hymnus begged Nicaea to love him back, but she refused. Heartbroken and in despair, Hymnus begged Nicaea to kill him. The kind Nicaea granted his wish. Eros, witnessing this tragic love story, became disgusted and decided to take action. He hit Dionysus with a love arrow, hoping that he would fall in love with Nicaea instead. However, Nicaea rejected Dionysus despite his newfound love, which left him devastated. Seeking revenge, Dionysus discovered that Nicaea drank from a particular spring, so he decided to intoxicate it with wine. Nicaea became drunk and lay down, and Dionysus forced himself on her, leaving Nicaea traumatized and seeking revenge for what he had done to her. In the second myth, a proud maiden nymph named Aura boasted about having a virgin body that was better than her goddesses Artemis. Outraged by Aura's arrogance, Artemis asked Nemesis, the goddess of retribution, to avenge her. Nemesis ordered Eros to make Dionysus fall in love with Aura, which he did by hitting him with another love arrow. Dionysus then got Aura drunk and raped her, taking revenge for Artemis and leaving Aura traumatized. These stories serve as a warning about the destructive nature of love, vengeance, and pride and the terrible consequences that can arise from them.
Do you want to explore more Greek mythology stories? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.